How to approach beautiful women. No warm-up sets. That is the topic of tonight's coaching video. Hey, this is Am from the 33 Secrets. I'm out here at Universal Studios tonight, as you can see behind me. Kind of here by City Walk, actually. There's City Walk. And it's about a mile away from my house, so I thought I'd come out and shoot some coaching videos for you tonight. So tonight we're talking about how to approach beautiful women successfully. And the way to do that is by no longer doing these ridiculous warm-up sets that you are learning from a lot of these top pickup guys. A lot of these top pickup guys are like, okay, when you enter the venue, make sure you talk to the cashier, talk to the bartender, and then talk to the waitress. No. The second you see a young, beautiful woman, just go and approach her. Save your energy. No warm-up sets. Because what are you gonna do if you're just out and about and say you're running errands, right? Say you're just out and about running errands and you see a young, beautiful girl that you want to approach. What are you gonna do? Like stop and talk to the cashier first? Stop and talk to the manager of the store so you can, do your little warm up? No, you're just gonna go straight in. You're gonna see the girl and you're gonna be like, hey, you, what's your name? Who are you? Where are you going right now? Come with me. Boom, done, right? No warm up needed. You don't wanna get in the habit of doing these warm up sets, because if you get in the habit of doing these warm up sets like a lot of these top pickup guys are teaching you, whenever you see that young, beautiful girl walking around, like walking right by you during the day at lightning speed, which a lot of them do because a lot of people are moving faster in the day, or even at night, you won't be able to go, boom, hey, who are you? Just out of nowhere. Because as I teach you guys, pickup is a lifestyle. It's not a light switch you turn on and off. But a lot of these top pickup guys, for some reason, they're teaching you to do these warm-up sets, and I'm not a fan of that. I'm against doing warm-up sets. You should train yourself to approach cold. That's why we call this cold approach pickup, not warm approach pickup. So no warm-up sets. That is the topic of tonight's coaching video as we stand out here in front of the Universal Studios globe. Tonight's coaching video is, by the way, it's taken from 7 Months to Mastery, my monthly online coaching program. As you may have noticed on my YouTube channel, all the videos I have been uploading lately have been from my actual monthly coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery. Okay, and the reason why I've been doing that is because that is where you are going to learn all of my best tips, my best tricks, my best techniques, and my best strategies for going out there and attracting beautiful women into your own life. These 8s, 9s, and 10s. Okay, that's where I'm giving away all of my best stuff. Not on my YouTube channel, it's on my actual monthly coaching program, Mastery. That's why I've been uploading these clips and these snippets from Mastery to my YouTube channel so you can see how powerful it is. You can see what other guys are learning. You can see why other guys who just signed up less than 2 months ago are already getting success. Okay, these guys are already getting success. They're emailing me photos of them out on dates with these girls. Guys who were dateless just 2 months earlier who jumped into my coaching program, and now they're dating these 8s, 9s, and 10s. It's crazy. And I am very, very impressed that these guys are able to pull this off after only 2 months. Imagine what they'll do in the 7th month of Mastery. Imagine how powerful they'll be. I want you to have the success that they're having, and it's not that hard, okay? It's not that hard. Pickup is not rocket science. You just have to learn what I'm teaching you. You have to learn these skills because nobody is gonna teach it to you out there, okay? There's nobody who's gonna teach you this stuff. You have to learn this stuff from somebody who's actually been doing this his entire adult life, somebody like me. So if you have not yet jumped into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, do that right now. I want you to have the same kind of success that other students are having, guys who just got into the program less than 2 months ago. I want that to be you. I want you to be my next success story, okay? So click that link below in my description box. It'll take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It takes 2 seconds and it's only $1, okay? It's only $1. You know how much it costs to get into Universal Studios? It's over $100. For what? 1 day? 1 day of what? I don't even know what's in there anymore. 1 day at this amusement park, and you're just gonna come home with some photos, and you're not really gonna learn anything here. You're not gonna get anything out of this. You jump into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, it's only $1. It's not like 100, whatever this thing costs. It's only $1, and you are going to get a ton of value out of it. You're gonna gain a ton of pickup and dating skills from it that you can use not just for the next few weeks or the next few months, but for the rest of your life. That's how powerful this stuff is. Okay, you could use, even in that first month alone where you only pay $1, everything you're learning just in those first month of coaching lessons alone, you're gonna be able to use for the rest of your life. For as long as you're interested in dating young, beautiful women, you're gonna be able to use this stuff over and over and over. It is timeless. It's never gonna go away, it's never gonna be outdated, and it's never gonna expire, because it's all based on female psychology and female biology, okay? But not textbook theory, but applicable theory, where you're gonna go out there and you're actually going to be using this stuff in field on real life young, beautiful women. So don't wait, click that link below, head over to my website, get signed up right now. It takes 2 seconds, it's only $1. Let's jump into tonight's coaching video. No warm-up sets, right? This is a major rule that I have when I teach guys cold approach pickup. Now, one thing you'll notice with almost every pickup instructor that you'll find out there, especially the major pickup instructors out there, right? The most quasi-famous ones that you see on YouTube. One thing that they will stress that their students do are warm-up sets, right? They'll be like, before you go talk to that hot girl, you got to do some warm-up sets first. And you'll even hear the actual pickup instructors themselves talk about that. Like, oh, you know, when I first get to the venue, the first thing I do is I talk to the cashier, I talk to the bartender, I talk to the waitress, I talk to guy-girl groups. You'll hear them say things like that, you know, that they need to get warmed up first. And this is just another common myth of the pickup community, that you need to do warm-up sets before you can approach that young hot girl. And the truth is, when you are in the game long enough, you know, and I've been in the game over 2 decades now, and I used to do warm-up sets, and I had to learn the hard way that this is a very, very bad idea, and I'm going to tell you why. When you train your brain to do warm-up sets before you can approach that young hot girl, you're really creating a very horrible habit in your head. Because the truth about cold approach pickup, the harsh truth about cold approach pickup, is it's called cold approach pickup for a reason, okay? It's called cold approach pickup because you are going to be approaching girls cold, right? You're going to be approaching girls cold. It's not called warm approach pickup, it's called cold approach pickup. And it's called cold approach pickup for that very reason, that you are going to be approaching girls cold. Now, if you are training your brain like most pickup instructors are mistakenly teaching you and teaching their students, that you have to, you know, make sure you talk to the, you know, the cashier first and the bartender and guy-girl groups and get yourself warmed up, you're training your brain that you can't do cold approach pickup until you warm up first. So what happens when you see that young hot girl just walking past you when you're in line at the bank, or while you're at the shopping mall, or while you're at the coffee shop? What happens? Are you gonna stop her and be like, hey, can you wait like 10 minutes while I go do my warm-up approaches first? She's gonna be like, no, get out of here. Okay? I mean, the truth about pickup is you don't know when you're gonna come across these targets. You don't know when, you don't know where, and even if you do, right, say you're at a busy venue on a Friday or Saturday night, even when you do know that there are gonna be hot targets there, you still don't have time to do warm-up sets. Why? Because there's gonna be 1,000 other vultures just like you, 1,000 other horny vultures in there trying to get the hot women, okay? And you're just gonna look like a chump going around like trying to do your warm-ups and talking to everybody and doing all this other nonsense. That girl is not gonna sit there waiting for you, and some guy without, you know, with even less game than you is just gonna walk right up to her, tell her she's cute, and walk off with her while you're out there doing your warm-up sets, you know. And it really, really, really just kills me how many guys I see just kind of succumbing to that myth of the pickup community that you need to do warm-up sets first, because it's a horrible way to teach yourself pickup. And it took me quite a while to untrain my brain from doing this, to having to talk to people first and, you know, do all my warm-ups before I could get out there and really start approaching. Because like I said, the truth, the reality of pickup is you never know when you're gonna come across that young hot girl that you want to bring into your life, right? You never know. You can be at the gas station You can be, at the grocery store. You could be anywhere, right? You could be taking the subway. You just don't know when you're going to run into these women. And when you do, when you see that young hot girl that you're attracted to, that you feel that natural chemistry and attraction for, that natural chemistry and connection that I always teach my students, right? You have that natural chemistry and connection, and she's hot. You don't have time to do warm-up sets. You have to go, okay? You have to go approach her right that second. Because if you don't, guess what? You're gonna lose her. She's just gonna walk off. She doesn't know you. You're a stranger to her. She's not gonna sit there and wait for you to do your warm-up sets. Okay, again, it's called cold approach pickup for a reason. When you see that young hot girl that you just feel that natural chemistry and connection for, that you feel that it's mutual, you have to go right at that second. Okay, you have to go right at that second. You don't have time for warm-up sets. You have to approach her cold. You have to walk right up to her and go, hey, my name's Matt. I know it's completely random, but I just saw you, walking right by me, and I had to stop you. I had to come say hello to you. What's your name? You have to go right at that second. Okay, there is no time for warm-up sets, and it is called cold approach pickup for a reason. And it just astounds me that even some of the biggest pickup companies out there are teaching their students warm-up sets. I actually saw a video from one of the major pickup companies, actually multiple videos from their channel, where they have just hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they had their infield footage where it was like their team of instructors. I think there was like 5 of them. They were at this venue in Los Angeles, and I think it was in Santa Monica, where there was like 5 of them at this table, and they started pounding their fists on the table, and they were like, yeah, I don't know what they were saying, party, 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 like a bunch of frat boys. They're like trying to create attention around them. Basically their whole concept is they want to become the party and kind of bring girls to them, right? They want to like become the party by being loud, being obnoxious, by looking like the fun is over there. And it looks great on the infield footage, like when you're just shooting them, but I don't want to talk bad about other pickup companies, but there have been more than one situation while I've been here in Los Angeles where I did walk into a venue, I did see that major pickup company, and they were, while they were all busy circle jerking with each other and like trying to be the party, I literally walked behind them, walked in front of them, walked beside them, took girls away from them just left and right like it was nothing. Was making out with girls, holding girls' hands. I was dipping girls. I was carrying girls around. I left with a few girls that they were trying to get to be like, join our party. And they were sitting there circle jerking the whole time while I literally just walked in there cold and be like, hey, you, what's your name? Come here now. Grabbing girls, spinning them around. You, high five. And they're sitting here, party, trying to become the life of the venue, trying to become the party of the venue when, like I said, I was just going in there and taking girls left and right that they were actually trying to draw into their little bullshit circle, right? So they're just sitting there circle jerking the entire night. And the scary thing is I see a lot of their pickup students doing that as well. And I just have no mercy on these guys when I see that. If they want to circle jerk with each other and try to create the vibe in their in their own little social circle, I mean, does it work? Personally, I've not seen it work. I see them just be loud. I see them just be obnoxious. I see other dudes getting pissed off that they're so loud, and really they're just bringing kind of the wrong attention to them. And every once in a while, some kind of slutty, low caliber girl will be like, oh my God, what's going on here? But the high caliber women, the women that I teach you guys to go for, they're just kind of looking past them going, these guys are idiots. These guys are clowns. Getting back to the warm-up sets, that's why I brought that up, by the way, because they're one of the major teachers of, they're one of the major advocates that you should do warm-up sets before you can actually approach the hot girls. And I'm just not an advocate of that. Like I said, it's a horrible way to train your brain to do pickup. It's the absolute wrong way to train your brain to do pickup, because again, you never know when you are going to run into that young hot girl that young hot girl that you just feel that natural chemistry and connection for, you just never know when you're gonna run into her. You know, and when you do, you just have to be ready to go at a moment's notice. You have to be ready to go, otherwise you are going to lose her. And just think back to how many hot girls you've seen, girls that you saw and you're like, man, that girl is fine. That girl is just super fine. And they're just like, it's just like a natural chemistry and connection that you feel inside of you for that girl, for that particular girl. Because I mean, there are a ton of hot girls out there, right? But for certain girls, you feel that natural chemistry and connection for them inside of you. And something is telling you, like, I know if I talk to that girl, we would get along. We would hit it off. But you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do because, you know, you haven't learned this stuff yet. And then that girl just kind of walks out of your life, right? How many times has that happened to you? Probably dozens, right? Dozens of times per year, right? That happens dozens of times per year if you don't know pickup, where when I'm in that situation, just because I've trained so much, whenever I see that girl, and it could be anywhere. The last girl I saw like this was at 7-Eleven, of all places, 7-Eleven, and this was just less than a week ago. Here in Los Angeles, it's starting to rain now. It was friggin' drenched out there, raining cats and dogs. I'm in my sweatpants, baseball cap. This girl's going in her sweatpants and she's got like her hoodie on. But I saw her go in there and immediately I'm like, not only is she attractive, but I feel that connection and chemistry for her. The first thing I asked myself was like, should I go direct on this girl? And I was like, no, she's too hot for that. And it looks like a miserable day. I'm just gonna see what kind of feel I get from her. So once she walked out, I jumped right out of my car. I jumped right out and I'm like, oh, excuse me, miss, do you know where where the nearest Starbucks is? That's just my default opening line when I can't think of anything. I'm like, hey, do you know where the nearest Starbucks is? And literally she sat back and she was like, I think there's one over on Coldwater Canyon, I'm not sure. And then from there, I was able to stack forward because she wasn't sure. So I was able to stack forward into more conversation. I'm like, you're not sure? Did you just move here? And she's like, actually, I did, like 6 weeks ago. And I was like, oh my God, me too. I just moved here like 6 weeks ago. She's like, really? From where? You know, and in truth, I moved here a few years ago. I was like, I just moved here 6 weeks ago too. And she was like, from where? And I was like, San Francisco. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm from Sacramento. I'm from up north. And I was like, no way. What are you doing down here in LA? And of course, she was here for the acting and the modeling, and we got into talking into that. I'm like, well, do you have an agent here? And she was like, no, but I need to get an agent. And I'm like, well, do you have headshots? She was like, oh my gosh, I just got headshots. And she was like, I go, do you have them with you? Let me check them out. And then she was like, yeah, I have them. She like carries them in her car. She was like, here, let me show you. She showed me her headshot. And I was like thinking to myself, man, this chick is super hot. This chick is fine. And she's cool. All right. And she was cool. And make a long story short, I talked to her for another 5 minutes, built up a little bit more rapport and connection. It was easy to build up rapport, by the way, because we're both from Northern California. So it was easy to build up that rapport. And I said, hey, the Starbucks that you mentioned on Coldwater Canyon, are you doing anything right now? Let's grab some coffee and continue this conversation. And she thought about it for a split second. I thought she was gonna say no, because she was looking like she was gonna say no. And then she was like, okay, do you want me to follow you? And I'm like, yeah, follow me. I got my car and she followed me over there and we had coffee. So make a long story short, we went out later that night, made out, didn't have sex, but she went back to Sacramento this week, but we have been texting and she's supposed to come back actually tomorrow. So we're supposed to hang out tomorrow. If it goes away, I'm thinking it's gonna go, it looks good. So I'm not even worried about it. But the point is, that connection would not have happened if I had not trained my brain to react quick when I see those hot girls. To get my brain to react like immediately, just go cold and approach her. Go and approach her cold right away and not have to worry about, oh, I gotta do my warm-up sets first, because literally I had just gotten up an hour or two before that and I was still half asleep. But when I saw that girl, I was like, I woke right up and I'm like, I gotta talk to this girl. I gotta talk to her before she gets away, because I do not let those opportunities pass me by, right? The worst feeling in the world is going home later that day and then kicking yourself for not having talked to that hot girl, right? And I know you guys know what I mean. When you see that hot girl and you wanted to talk to her and you didn't, going home and kicking yourself or giving yourself a million excuses why, oh, you know, she was probably married, or oh, she probably had a boyfriend. You know, you don't know these things till you talk to her, right? That's why you have to talk to her. When you see that hot girl, they'll walk right by in your life within seconds. You just don't have time to do these warm-up sets, these ridiculous warm-up sets, okay? Don't ever learn pickup this way. Don't ever listen to any pickup instructor that tells you to do warm-up sets first, because I guarantee once you learn the game well enough, you can run circles around them. Even the best in the world, you will run circles around them while they are sitting in their corner, circle jerking, trying to create the party and trying to be the vibe and trying to be the fun in the venue. Let them circle jerk, you go in there, you get the girls you want, and you leave. Okay, that's how a professional does it. Professional pickup artist, a real professional pickup artist, goes to the venue, sees the girls that he wants, and leaves with those girls. Period. Okay, period. And a lot of these same pickup coaches that are teaching to do these warm-up sets, these guys are also complaining about the guys who come in scanning for the hot girls. Right? They're like, oh, do you ever see these guys come in scanning for the hot girls? They're probably talking about guys like me, because that's exactly what I do. I'm not there to waste time. I'm not there to make friends with anybody. I'm not there to have a drink or to eat food. I'm in there to meet hot girls. And if there are no hot girls in that venue, guess what? I'm leaving. I don't want to be there. I'm going to go to the next venue and see if they have hot girls there, right? Because I don't have time to waste. I'm going to go to the next venue and the next venue till I do run across a hot girl that I feel that natural chemistry and connection for. And when I see that girl, I'm not going to circle jerk and, you know, get a bunch of dudes and get a bunch of wingmen and start like party and trying to draw her into my circle. No, I'm just going to walk right up to her and I'm going to open her. I'm going to do my little pickup artist spin. I'm going to dip her, or I might just do some masculine polarity on her and just stare her down, depending on where my mood is, where my state is. Either way, I'm going in right then and there. I'm not going to like stop off and talk to the bartender. I'm not going to hang out with a waiter and have a conversation with him. I'm not going to talk to the cashier. I'm not there to talk to those people. Okay, I'm not going to waste their time, much less my time. I am there for the hot girls. And I'm going to go in and get the hot girls that I want, and I'm going to leave with them. I'm going to do my best to leave with them. And if I don't, I'm going to go to the next venue. Okay? That's it. That's how you do it. I'm not there to do my warm-up sets. I don't do warm-up sets at all. When I see a hot girl, I just go approach. And I've trained my brain for years and years to do it that way, to where I'm just lightning quick now. And you will become that way too. As long as you train your brain to never do these ridiculous warm-up sets. Train your brain to go in cold every single time. You have to go in cold, man. That's the only way you're gonna land these young hot girls. While everybody else is circle jerking, while everyone else is like sitting back thinking like, what should I say to her? Or thinking that they need to do their warm-up sets, you're gonna be able to go in cold and just approach her and take that girl before they even know what happened. They're gonna be like, what on earth just happened? So no warm-up sets, don't do them. Don't train your brain to do pickup that way. It's the wrong way to do things. You have to go in cold, okay? Because you never know when you're gonna run into these girls. And I can think of every single hot girlfriend that I've had. By the way, every single hot girlfriend that I've had, I've met through cold approach pickup. I've never met them through a social circle or through a friend of a friend, anything like that. I've mentioned this on in my YouTube videos previously that I never had that type of social circle. There were never hot girls in my social circle of friends. Nobody knew hot girls like that. So I had to go out and get them. Okay, I had to like bring each one of these hot girls into my life. I had to go out there, find these girls, approach them cold, and bring them into my life. Okay, and that's how you have to do it, especially if you don't have a social circle like I didn't growing up. Right? You just have to train your brain to go, as soon as you see that young hot girl, boom, go and approach. Okay, and like I said, you're gonna run into these hot girls at the most random places, at the most random times, at the times that you least expect it, where, you know, maybe you haven't showered in a few days, maybe your car is super dirty, maybe your clothes are wrinkled, maybe your hair's like all like screwed up, you haven't had a haircut in a few weeks, you know, you just like went off your diet or something, you haven't worked out in a whole week, and you just happen to run across that hot girl. You're just gonna have to go, okay? No matter what, you're just gonna have to go. Like I said, the last girl I met, was at 7-Eleven, and I approached her cold, and it was drenched. I mean, it was like raining cats and dogs. It was drenched. Everyone was in a bad mood because obviously here in Los Angeles it's always sunny, so when we do get rain, everybody's just super depressed about it, upset, not in a good mood. And this was definitely one of those days. But I saw that young hot girl. She ran right in 7-Eleven. She got her things and she was ready to leave, and I would have missed her if I didn't jump out of my car and approach her. I would have missed her. Okay, I would have missed her. If I had trained my brain to do these warm-up sets first, there's no way I would have gotten that girl or all the other girls that I've gotten into my life successfully. Like I said, it's called cold approach pickup for a reason. You have to approach these girls cold. There's no such thing as warm-up sets. Okay, no such thing as a warm-up set. You have to approach these girls cold, period. Imagine being able to bring home a girl that looks like a model. I'm not even kidding. A girl who looks like a model, and introducing her to your parents, your friends, your social circle, your coworkers, as opposed to the girlfriends that you have brought home, right? Where your parents are kind of like, they kind of take it easy on you because you're their son. They don't want to bag on you too much. Oh, this is the LA Dodger store. Shoot, they're closed. I was gonna go in there and get a hat. They got everything in there. Yeah, the reality is when you start dating a beautiful woman, you know, a few of your friends will be very impressed. They'll think you're like, you're like the new emperor, you're like a king. But for a lot of your guy friends, especially ones you grew up with, they'll just hate on you. You know, they'll be like, oh, she's probably a bitch. Oh, she's probably a gold digger. You know, they'll come up with all sorts of crazy stuff. Because that's happened to me. You know, it kind of shocked me. Like some of my very good friends who I thought were my buddies totally hated on me, and they even hated on my girlfriends that were hot. You know, they even tried to like talk smack to them, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you being like this? Why are you acting like this? It's very similar to where if you win the lottery and you win like $10 million. It's very similar to that, where some people will be very happy for you, like genuinely happy, authentically happy for you. But you'll have other people, you know, even family members will be pissed. You know, they'll like be jealous of the fact that you got this 10 million bucks, and they'll feel like, you know, like, who do you think you are? You know, even though you won it in the lottery, it's like, hey, man, I just won it. I just won a scratch off. Why are you so angry at me? Because I got money? They know that they're not gonna be able to get that kind of girl that you have, and they're forced to settle for those 4s and 5s while you're dating these hot girls, and they're just gonna be jealous of that. You know, the great thing about dating a beautiful girl is all of the benefits that you receive from it. I mean, you will literally get front tables when you go to restaurants. A lot of girls that I date, we get the front table. The maitre d', especially here in LA, the maitre d' will actually put us, or the host will put us like in the best seats in the house. We'll have the booth, we'll have the window, we'll have the view overlooking the ocean. I mean, seats that would otherwise need to be reserved. They would just give it to us. You know how you go to a restaurant and there's like a crowd of people, especially during dinner time? There's like a crowd of people, and they make you wait to be seated. When you're dating a beautiful girl, the wait's over. They'll be like, you, come with me. And they'll grab the menus. Here, follow me to your table. And they'll seat you in the best seats in the house. And you'll be like, man, what did I do to deserve this? You know, it's that chick you're with. You know, so there's gonna be a lot of benefits to dating a beautiful girl. Believe me, I know. I remember I was getting an oil change. The oil change was like, it's like 65 bucks. The good thing was my girl was in the driver's seat. So she was driving because I was actually editing some videos on my laptop, so I had her drive. But after the oil change was done, they were like, drive through. And she was like, oh, okay. You know, she whips out her credit card. She's like, where do I pay? And they look at her, they're like, drive through. And she's like, what? My credit card. And they're like, didn't you hear us? Drive through. Free oil change, 65 bucks. Why? Because I had my girl with me. Because she's a beautiful girl. They just wanted to give that to her. How crazy is that? There is no reason why you guys should be sitting at home alone, by yourselves, watching internet porn. There's no reason for that at all. Okay, not when you could be dating a beautiful girl. And I've said over and over, this stuff is not hard to learn. The reason why approaching a beautiful girl, or just any girl for that matter, seems scary to you, seems frightening, seems like terrifying to you, is because you are missing the skill set. You are lacking those pickup artist tools that I teach guys in my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery. That's really it. You know, the reason why I have the balls and so much confidence to approach these drop-dead gorgeous women, these women that you would consider stunners, right? Perfect tens, dime pieces. The reason why I have the balls to do it and I'm fearless about it and I don't get approach anxiety is because I have that tool set. I have that skill set. You know, the same skill set that I'm teaching you in 7 Months to Mastery. Okay, it's no different. I'm doing exactly what I teach you in my monthly online coaching program. I'm not doing anything special or anything unique. I'm doing exactly what I teach you in my monthly online coaching program. Having that base of skills, those tools, okay, which I kind of call a pickup artist tool bag, having that skill set is what gives me the confidence and the balls to approach these girls. I'm fearless about it because I have the tools and the skills to back up what I'm doing, to back up my game. You understand? To the point where no matter what she says, I have that auto response. I know what to do. I know what to say in practically every situation. Nothing shocks me anymore, okay? Because I have also have what's called a reference experience. It comes from going out there and doing this stuff over and over and over. I've seen it all, I've heard it all, I've done it all. Got the t-shirt and everything. And like I said, I've put everything into my program, 7 Months to Mastery. Everything is in there. Everything you could possibly need to build up and gain the same confidence that I have to approach these stunners fearlessly, without any approach anxiety whatsoever, without any hesitation, okay? Because a lot of you guys, when you see that stunner, when you see that beautiful girl that you want to approach, you freeze, right? You freeze in your tracks because you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do. You start getting paralyzed with fear, where I don't hesitate. I go right in and I approach the girl. Most of you guys, you hesitate, okay? And as the old saying goes, he who hesitates masturbates. Remember that. He who hesitates goes home and masturbates, okay? And I don't ever want that to be you. I don't ever want, especially if you're a student of mine, I don't ever, ever, ever want that to be you. There's no reason to hesitate when you have these skills that I'm teaching you in 7 Months to Mastery. And the way that you learn them is by getting into my actual monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery. You know, there's a reason why I've only made it $1. I've only made it $1 because I just want to remove all excuses, okay? No excuses. It's only $1. I mean, who can't afford $1? And the lessons that you're going to learn in just the first month alone are priceless, okay? They're priceless. They're invaluable. These are lessons that nobody else can teach you, I promise you. Nobody else is going to be able to teach you what I'm teaching you, even in that very first month of 7 Months to Mastery alone. Okay, in the very first month, 7 Months to Mastery, for that tiny $1, you're gonna learn all of the basics, okay? You're gonna learn the difference between a direct approach versus an indirect approach. You're gonna learn how to false time constraint, okay? We call that an FTC, and why you must false time constraint every single time you approach a girl. Otherwise, she'll think you're gonna be there forever. You're also going to learn how to continue your conversation without running out of things to say. We call that having the $1 million mouthpiece, which a lot of elite players have. You're gonna learn all these things in the very first month of 7 Months to Mastery alone. Okay, these are priceless and valuable lessons that are going to take your game from here to here, even in the very first month, okay? Even for just that one tiny dollar. That is the deal of a century. And I believe in it so much that I'm giving it away for $1. I believe in it so much that I'm out here at Universal Studios in the middle of the night. It's already closed. I'm out here at City Walk. Nobody is out here, just these 4 girls like dancing. Randomly hanging out, and this place is closing because I believe in this program this much. I would not be out here at this time of night if I did not believe in 7 months of mastery. And I'm not gonna keep this offer up for long, guys. They're shutting off the lights here at Universal Studios. I've been here all night shooting coaching videos for you guys because that's how much I believe in this program. That's how much Pickup has helped me. Okay, Pickup is the #1 best self-development tool that you will ever come across in your life. Okay, and I've actually done a video about this on my actual, in my actual program as well. There's nothing that is going to help you become a better man, a more powerful man, a more resourceful man, a more self-reliant man than learning Pickup, than learning game. This is the best form of self-development in the world. Okay, and right now I'm giving you the opportunity to learn it from an experienced pickup artist like myself, who's been in field for over 2 decades, dated over 300 young, beautiful women, approached tens of thousands of beautiful girls over the last 2 decades, giving you the opportunity to learn all of my best tips, tricks, techniques, and strategies, all for just $1. I'm giving you all of my best stuff for just $1, so take advantage of it. I'm leaving Universal Studios right now. I'm almost at the parking lot. That's how much I believe in this stuff. I'll walk you out to the parking lot. See, everybody's leaving, everybody's off. Yeah. So get my monthly online coaching program right now, 7 months of mastery. Take advantage of it. It's just $1. Don't wait. And get signed up. I'll see you on the other side, and I can't wait to start teaching you. I can't wait to start teaching you every single thing that I know about how to attract young, beautiful women into your life and how to become an elite player like myself and many of my coaching students. So let's get started. Until next time. Look at this. We emptied the place out shooting coaching videos all night. I love you guys.